What's good, y'all? T in this thing. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to resize your videos for social media. Let's get it.
Love is love.
And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tasha, but we're all friends here, so you can call me T. I do a lot of photography, video, tutorials, and things like that. So if that's something you're interested in or want to learn, subscribe. Now, there is a few different ways to go about resizing your video, but the best and quickest way, in my own opinion, which is the way that I personally use, is the auto reframe sequence. Now, keep in mind, it will crop your video depending on how you shot it. So, for example, if you're shooting it horizontal and you're a little bit close up or something like that, when you resize it to, a social media platform size, maybe like 9:16 or something like that, it's going to crop in your video. So it will be best if you shoot your video, I just lost my train of thought, vertically. That's what I was looking for. So if you already have in mind that you might want to put this on social media, maybe do a couple of takes with it actually in vertical, so that way you don't have to like crop in and lose data on the sides or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Depending on how you shot it, it's going to crop in your photo so it can resize. Now, all you're going to do is locate your main sequence where you want to do the resizing, or the clip that you want to do the resizing. Now, say you're trying to resize your whole sequence. Your sequence is usually going to be in the first section that you pulled your first video from, if that makes sense. So, like for me, for example, I typically have my videos in sections from footage, audio, and then like extras, and then sometimes subfolders underneath that. So for me, since I pulled a video from my footage folder, my sequence is going to be in my footage section, if that makes sense. Really, all you can do is just look for this icon that's on your sequence. It'll be different whether you're looking at it in picture view or list view. It'll still have this icon, and that's like your full sequence. So once you found your sequence, just scroll down to where you see auto reframe sequence. You're going to click on that, and then this box is going to come up giving you options to select from. So you should see like name, ratio, tracking, and nesting. So obviously the name, you can change it to whatever you want for that sequence. Ratio is going to be the size that you're wanting for it to reframe. Now, ratio is going to be the biggest thing because that's obviously the size that you're trying to reframe it to. So if you're trying to do a 9:16 for like IGTV or stories or something like that, you'll click 9:16, and then like 1:1 if you're trying to do just like a square post or something like that. They have the defaults, and they also have custom if you wanted to change it to a certain aspect ratio that you don't see on this list. On motion tracking, I always keep mine personally on default, but if your video is kind of slower paced and you don't have a lot going on, you can move it to slower, and if it's faster paced, you got a lot of things going on, you can move it to faster. But I've always kept mine on default, and it's been fine. Now, under clip nesting, you don't want to nest your clips if you have transitions, because it's going to delete them. So if you just kind of have like a cut and dry situation and you don't really have a lot of transitions, you can nest them if you want, but I always leave mine at the default with do not nest, because just do not nest. And then once you have all of your adjustments, go ahead and tap create, and then it's going to start analyzing your clip. Now with this, it's going to try to pinpoint what the subject is and keep that subject in that frame or ratio that you pick. So there may be a few times where there's multiple people in your shot, or maybe like some cars or something like that, and you want the people to be the focus, and it puts it on the car. So once it's done analyzing, just go up here to effect controls, and you're gonna see all of the keyframes that it basically selected for the subject, well, at least what it thinks the subject is. And then if you want to, you can adjust it. If it's good, cool. Now for me personally, if I have to adjust the keyframes, I always just drag them all, delete it, and then just adjust it to the section that I want. Also, pro tip, it's kind of the same for transitions too, and adjustment layers. So if you have adjustment layers or extra transitions that you added on top of your actual footage, sometimes the transitions don't actually go with the auto reframe, or it will size it huge or super small, or sometimes it will be disabled. So from there, all you have to do is just adjust it, either size it down, size it up, move it over. It's kind of the same as keyframes, but you just have to watch out for that. And that's pretty much it. That is how you resize your videos for social media. From there, you'll just export, pop it on Instagram, pop it on Twitter, pop it on Facebook, pop it on TikTok. I don't know, there's so many different things. But I hope this helps. Go ahead and resize your latest video to your Instagram account. Follow me if this helps. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm out.
Love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Love is love.